Hello everyone, welcome to my channel, Raven Ashcroft. I'm going to discuss a certain thing that people don't fully understand yet, the pentacle, okay? We're going to talk about the symbol of the pentacle. So basically, star. Star is surrounded by a circle. Now, each leg of that star represents a different thing, and depending on what culture you go to, it has a different meaning too. But the most common thing and the most absolute guaranteed thing you will find with every single one of them is that circle around it is the universe. The pegs or the different types of natural elements that go into creating a life, creating what we consider like the binding force of life. So you have Earth, which is usually north. You will have to the east. You'll have air. Like this is just common version that you will most likely find a lot when you look into this stuff. So south is where you get fire. To the west is water. And in this conferences of the entire thing is spirit, or if you're looking at a star, it is earth, air, fire, spirit, water. Now we're talking about ancient elements. They did not have what we have today to discover that there's different things that make up all of that. But when you're a very, very early civilization without the necessary technology to determine this, you will go by what you naturally see. And what people saw was, well, earth, ground. You have air, what blows, the wind blows. So that's a force on its own. That is an element. You get fire. Fire is a huge achievement for humankind. Like, besides the wheel, the greatest thing also that we have done in discovery is the discovery of fire. Because without fire, you can't cook anything, can't warm yourself up at the campfire. And also for the people today to get this joke, you can't even roast your marshmallows for your s'more. But, yeah. And when it comes to the soul, even today, we do not have an explanation for the soul. We do not. We don't even remotely know what it looks like. Like, I think the closest we've ever come to is like paranormal activity where like you go in for a ghost and there's this orb that floats around. But is that the soul? Or is that some mantis? Is that mantis? Yeah, forget it. We're gonna skip it. Is it something that operates to be what that is supposed to be? No one knows. So, of course, the greatest mystery of all time, and still is, because we have not discovered this at all, believe it or not, is what is the soul? What does it look like? Like, how did it become? Like, all these answers really never got answered by science. I'll give you my explanation after this like breakdown of the elements, so you at least can understand where people came from. Then you get water. Now, you might be wondering, why water to the west? Well, the west is also the symbol of death. It's the symbol of the passageway to the next life. Because by the ancients, we traveled by boat most of the time to get to the land of the dead. Like the Greeks had it. That was Charon crossing the river for, of course, pay to get across the river Styx to the other side where the dead are. How did you have that pay? Well, your family left two coins on your eyes and one on your tongue. Yes, so you literally, they did that as a tradition because that was their way of ensuring that person would literally meet the world of the dead and have a non-miserable afterlife. Because those that didn't do this were doomed to walk Hades, or the land of Hades, without any single course at all to go to, any single course to even remotely begin to write this stuff. You were literally a wandering lost spirit, and that in itself is actually Greek hell. That's Greek hell, just so you know. But yes, traveling on water to the west was how you reached the land of the dead. So water played a significant part also in the fact that it gave life. It took life and gave life. Ever heard this phrase that says the sea takes what it wants and never returns what it takes? Yeah, there's a reason for it. And there you go. Now, I was going to actually explain something. This is what happens. I get on a tangent and I literally forget what I was going to actually talk about. Just so many unexplained things that happen, and that's one thing that at least I can help teach you. The symbol of a pentagram, either verted or inverted, doesn't matter for crap. Because I'll tell you, there's a difference between the level of witchcraft achieved between the verted one or the inverted one. Because when you have it verted, this is, let me sit closer. This symbol right here means you're a first degree witch. And then you inverted for second degree, and then you have a triangle on top of, it's triangle on top of verted star is third degree, if I remember. It's been a while since I've had an actual symbol in like a symbol meaning book. Other things you can learn from just symbology of certain things. Each, like, it gets crazy. Let's see. I think that's good for this video, so see you in the next.